What's going on, Internet? It's BlackLightAttack, and I've got another game of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood for you. This is a game of Manhunt, and I'm playing with my two very good friends, Aesthetic Puppet, who I know as Boogie, and Jid Minosa, who I know as Noblin. And these are two of my buddies from the old WoW days, and we've kept in contact. We're pretty goddamn good friends. We met in real life and stuff like that. And we're going to start off by picking the Mercenary. In Manhunt, you play an offensive round and then a defensive round. We start off on offense, and we are playing the Mercenary. They are playing the Harlequin. Your team all gets to share one character model. And obviously the object on offense is to find and kill your targets, which is anybody on the other team. And as the defense, you're just trying to hide and stun your attackers so that you can escape. And most of your points, usually, if you're playing well, are going to come from the defensive round. But you can get or from the offensive round, I mean. But you can get a lot of points on the defensive round if you end up chain stunning them, because each stun is worth 200 points. So basically, the way that this game type works is that it's very based on defensive setups. When you're on defense, it's all about keeping your setup as best you can, and on offense, it's all about breaking those setups, and that's mostly done by moving in groups and basically doing well-coordinated attacks. Don't have one person run out ahead because they can get stunned, and then everybody else can, they can set up smoke bombs ready to greet you, shit like that. But it's all about how coordinated your team is and how well you do breaking and maintaining your setups. Now, early on in the game, we have a really good defensive round. I have a really good, I keep mixing those up. It's really late, and I haven't had a lot of sleep. It's offensive. I have a very good offensive round, and I have a really shitty defensive round, and I end up giving them most of their points when we're on defense, because I die a lot, and I die for a lot of points, that is. But I just got off a poison kill there. Poison is very hard to pull off because you have to be like right up their ass in order to poison them, and then it takes X amount of seconds. I don't know, it's like 5 or 10 seconds before they finally die of it, and in that time somebody can steal your kill. But poison is worth a lot of points on a kill, so it's much less risky. Like I said, can't talk. It's much less risky to play in Manhunt, because in Wanted, everybody's against each other, and other people can end up stealing your kill. In Manhunt, if somebody does steal your kill, it's by accident. So if your coordination is good, and if nobody screws up, then nobody's going to steal your poison kill. And it's all money. I had a guy, before this, we were playing with pugs, because we were down a man tonight. We normally would play with one of two guys, either Mamba or Rajik. They're usually our fourth. But today we were down a guy because neither of them were available. And one of our pugs was just, he fucking did not care about poison. If he saw that little poison symbol show up next to their name, he did not give a fuck. I poisoned a guy. I think I focus poisoned him, actually, which is another 150 points on top of the 300-point bonus from poison. And he shot the motherfucker. Shooting kills are worth 150 unless they're flying through the air and you get a mid-air bonus, which is like another 100. So this motherfucker took my like 900-point kill for a 150-point kill, because it was all about him. Even though we're on the same team and all our points go to the same place. Screw that cocksucker. I don't remember his name, but if I find him in real life, I'll piss in his shoes. Anyway, so this pug that we're running with right now is actually even worse than that guy, because he's completely AFK. He's dead weight. Which means on our defensive round, first off, we're going to have a harder time breaking setups because we don't have the numbers. And second off, he's dead weight in the defensive round because he's just going to be a free kill. You have a compass to lead you to your targets, and these guys are just going to be killing him, and he's not going to be defending himself because he's AFK. I guess AFC, he's away from controller, technically. But he did so poorly that I messaged him afterwards, and I was like, dude, are you trying to sabotage us, or are you really that bad? I thought he might be like a plant for the other team, might be in cahoots with the other team. And he messaged me back like 3 hours later. He was like, sorry man, I fell asleep. It was like facepalm. So we were bitching about him the whole time. We were like, great, fuckhead's off by himself again. I didn't even realize he was AFK because he was moving around, but your character will do that automatically for you if you don't touch anything on the controller. They'll automatically start walking and try to blend in with the crowd for you. So that's what I didn't realize. So you'll see that Boogie is playing Batman this whole time. He's running around on the roofs a whole lot. Boogie is usually our resident team Batman because he's pretty good at it. Batman we refer to as being the rooftop runners on offense, and that's actually really good on offense. I know that in my last video I bitched about people that run on the roofs because it is a really cheap tactic in Wanted. That's true, and it's a really cheap tactic if you're on defense of this game. On offense, it's a very legitimate tactic. It's easy to screw up because you can be seen very easily, and it kind of lets people identify you. And also, you know, obviously because a regular NPC isn't going to be running on the roofs. And also, roof running will allow you to break setups much easier because it's harder to use defensive cooldowns when somebody's attacking from the air. So roof running is a very legitimate tactic. I get Batmaned a couple times in this next round. Like I said, I do really, really shitty, but Boogie is a really good Batman. He does really well with it. So this is where Game Master C is going to give up a shitload of points for us. And I give up a shitload of points as well because I keep fucking up our setups. But basically, the way setups work is you really want to stay together. Early on in that round, they had like a 2-and-2 setup. They branched off into groups of 2. And that's really dumb because usually offensive groups try to stay together. And a group of 3... A group of 4 especially, but even a group of 3 is going to easily overwhelm 2 people. And then they're just going to go to the other group of 2. But if you're staying together, you have a chance of blowing some cooldowns and chain stunning the fuckers. And, you know, people who have recently been stunned are still dangerous because as soon as they get off the ground, they can kill you for like 400 points. So it's pretty risky to stick around once you've stunned somebody. Usually the game has intended for you to stun and then run. You can tell because it rhymes. But if you have cooldowns up, then you can chain stun. And each stun is worth 200 points. So that's baller. And I said it again. It was I said earlier that I was like, oh my god, I used the word baller unironically. That's really terrible. That is not baller. So you know, you make these setups in hopes that you're going to get some chain stuns off and blow cooldowns as soon as they stand back up and stun them again. And that'll allow you to rack up a lot of points even though you're on defense. But if you have a good offense, you can break those setups. And if you start getting killed, your setup is considered broken, and people start spawning on other sides of the map, and then you have to reform your setup because everybody is now dispersed. Your setup can also be broken if you guys start chain stunning and then you run out of cooldowns, which is either way your setup's going to be broken because then you all have to run. And usually you want to go opposite ways because you want them to, you don't want them to catch up to all of you without your cooldowns and just wipe out your entire team. Not to mention when you're running, your teammates will often get in your way because you'll run into each other and knock each other down. So it's pretty difficult to keep a setup constantly, but a major part of your defensive round and how successful you are on defense is going to come from how well you maintain that setup and how well you regroup after your setup is broken. And we've been doing pretty good with that overall, even though I instantly fuck up our setup anyway once we've regrouped it. But we do a really good job of regrouping. And sometimes you get really unlucky and you just spawn on opposite sides of the map. That sucks. There's nothing you can do to avoid that, but c'est la vie. So, anyway, this was a pretty good game for us considering that we had a dead weight member the entire time. He was just getting killed and giving the other guys free points. You see he's like walking around there, so we think he's around. We think he's actually like awake and attentive. But he is not. He's asleep. Knock you out, bitch. I'm using a smoke bomb charge setup here. It's really good because it gives you 2 cooldowns. It can easily get you a stun back to back. So if you get charged by 2 people, if you're really lucky, you can knock them both out. But failing that, you can stun one person, and then if you get killed, or whether you get killed or get away, you have another guaranteed stun ready to go. So smoke bomb charge is a pretty basic setup, but it works really well. It's my preferred defensive setup. And even though my defensive performance was really awful throughout this whole game, I thought my offensive round was good enough to merit a gameplay. And I didn't really want to post like, oh my god, this is the best game ever, I have to post this. I wanted to post a more average game, so this is kind of a good side and a bad side. And it's much more typical and still pretty exciting, especially because that bitch just Batman me in the face. So anyway, I'm going to take this time to go ahead and plug my Mass Effect 2 Let's Play channel again. Guys, it is up. It's pretty awesome. And especially if you're disappointed with the amount of uploads I've been getting to this channel, you should definitely go check it out because that channel uploads daily. And don't think that the reason this channel doesn't get a lot of uploads is because of my other channel, because that's not true. The fact is those videos are very easy to make, and they don't require a lot of work, and that's why I'm able to update daily. These videos, I've been having a really hard time gathering gameplays. That's why it's been so long. It's been almost a week since I last uploaded. And the reason for that is it's really been difficult for me to get gameplays for different games. I haven't had as much time to play video games recently. Work's been kind of busy. My mom's in the hospital. I'm not going to disclose why, but don't worry, she's fine. She just went in to get some surgery done that needed to be done. It's not really a big deal. But not trying to use that as an excuse, but because of these things, I haven't really had as much time to play video games, and Black Ops is just so frustrating. I just can't get gameplays. So that's really the reason that I haven't really been uploading so much. But if you feel that you're not getting enough BlackLightAttack in your life, and I totally understand that because I'm addicting, you should go and check out that channel. I have a lot of fun doing it, and there's some pretty funny episodes up. Anyway, guys, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more. My name is BlackLightAttack. Take it easy.